Beyond the Gate spoilers for Wednesday, October 8, 2025, show that Martin and Smitty are still struggling in their relationship as they encounter more challenges. Beyond the Gate spoilers for Wednesday, October 8, 2025, show that Martin and Smitty are at a crossroads in their marriage. They want to move forward, but continue to be mired in the past. Meanwhile, emotions run high in the days following Doug's funeral. Vanessa will get more answers about his death, some of which will leave her reeling. Marcel has a warning, but is it too late? How will Jacob react if he finds out Marcel had something to do with Doug's death? Will Jacob choose justice or family? In the shadow of a broken relationship, Martin and Smitty are trying to mend their broken relationship, but every attempt seems to create deeper cracks. Their marriage is tested not only by external conflicts, but also by fears, doubts, and unspoken secrets. Both have suffered irreparable damage, and while Martin tries to hold Smitty together with a plan of love, he himself cannot be sure if his own change is enough to fix everything. Martin, a man who once stood on high platforms, is now left with only fear and guilt. When he tells Smitty that he will confess, he is not only trying to ease the pain in his heart, but also hoping that it will convince Smitty to come back to him. But will this really be enough to erase the doubts in Smitty's heart? Can Martin's promises be trusted when he himself is struggling with his own dark past? Smitty, a man of lingering pain, is slowly realizing that forgiving Martin will not be easy. Although his love remains, old wounds keep him from fully opening up. He can't help but wonder if he can trust Martin again, or if he will be hurt again, as he has been many times before. Behind every decision, every action Smitty makes, there is an undercurrent of uncertainty. He is struggling not only with his love for Martin, but also with the unsaid truths that he knows will keep them stuck in the past as time goes on. Smitty's doubts grow. He begins to realize that Martin may not only be hiding past sins, but may be hiding a bigger secret. Is confession the only way for them to heal, or is there actually another truth that Martin is not ready to face? Smitty feels insecure, not only because of Martin's actions, but also because of the betrayal he feels when he is put in such a difficult position. Martin's decisions, while seemingly noble, pose a potential danger to their relationship. In addition, Samantha and Tyrell, Smitty's close friends, are also starting to notice a change in him. When they discover that Smitty played a key role in forcing Martin to face the authorities, things get more complicated. Can they understand Smitty's decision, or will they feel betrayed? Smitty's relationship with Samantha and Tyrell is severely tested, as secrets and personal motives are gradually exposed. Smitty's indecision threatens not only his love for Martin, but also all the relationships around him. In these tense hours, both Martin and Smitty must face themselves and the difficult choices they face. Can they find a way to heal their broken hearts and start anew, or will they forever be trapped in the mistakes and choices of the past? As secrets are revealed and their relationship is tested to the limit, can they overcome all obstacles and find love and forgiveness again? All these questions seem to be answered only when both Martin and Smitty face the truth about themselves and their relationship. But do they have the courage to do it? After Doug's sudden death, Vanessa is now facing a storm of strong emotions that she cannot control. At first, the loss of her husband may have been a shock, a disbelief, but as the days went by, it became more real. She couldn't stop thinking about his death, and despite her efforts to stay grounded, everything kept spinning in her head. Doug's death wasn't just the loss of a partner, it was the breaking of a part of herself. After the funeral, Vanessa could not feel the comfort of those around her, only an endless void. She could not escape the feeling that everything seemed to be unfinished, that there was something mysterious behind Doug's death that she could not understand. Her suspicions were not just the normal anxiety of a wife who had just lost her husband, but something seemed to haunt her, an invisible threat that weighed heavily on her heart. She began to explore the information related to Doug's death, small details that she could not ignore. One morning, when she accidentally saw a document in Doug's drawer, a piece of information that made her heart stop. A few pages revealed that Doug might not have died in a simple accident. This sent her into a state of panic. The truth was too cruel, too terrible for her to accept immediately. Vanessa couldn't believe what she read, but she couldn't shake the doubt that was eating away at her mind. With each new piece of information revealed, with each new clue she discovered, her emotions became more and more chaotic. She couldn't control herself, couldn't stop thinking about it. On one hand, she wanted to find out the truth, but on the other, she was afraid to face it. Was Doug really murdered? Was someone hiding the truth? Vanessa didn't know if she was strong enough to face what might happen when the truth was revealed. This situation not only affected Vanessa but also affected the people around her. Her friends began to notice a change in her. They couldn't help but worry when they saw Vanessa becoming more and more quiet, more and more distant from everyone. These reactions came not only from the pain of loss, but also from a concern about the truth behind Doug's death. Her confusion and panic grew, and she had no way out as Vanessa spiraled into this emotional spiral. Close friends Anita and Smitty could not sit still. They saw the pain in Vanessa's every move, and a feeling of helplessness began to overwhelm them. Unanswered phone calls, missed appointments, all signaled that Vanessa was withdrawing more and more into herself. They knew that if they did not intervene, she could sink deeper into a state of mental crisis with no way out. Anita, with her understanding of Vanessa's psychology, decided to help her out of this situation. She knew that Vanessa could not face all those worries on her own, and she also knew that only a trusted friend could help her find herself again. Anita decided to approach Vanessa gently but firmly, not allowing her to hide from the truth anymore. Meanwhile, Vanessa's longtime friend, Smitty, is also worried. He knows that one more major blow could be too much for Vanessa to handle. He is willing to help, but he also understands that Vanessa will need time to face her own fears. Smitty will not force her, but he will always be there, ready to offer support when she is ready to accept it. Vanessa will face a difficult decision. She can continue to live in doubt and grief, or she can find the truth, however painful it may be. For her, this is a battle not only with the loss, but with herself, a struggle between fear and courage. She can continue to retreat and live in hiding, or she can be strong and face the truth and find a way to heal the wounds that Doug's death has left. With the help of Anita and Smitty, Vanessa is able to weather this emotional storm and begin to find herself. But can she overcome her fear and confusion to face the secrets that await her? Or will she continue to spin in a spiral from which she cannot escape? What is the truth, and will it free or destroy what is left of her life? Detective Marcel Malone, a man with a shady past and shady relationships, now faces a vital question about his career and his life. He is not a simple character in this story. Beneath the shell of a veteran detective is a man who has repeatedly faced difficult decisions, intertwined relationships with dangerous people, and often gone against his conscience to survive in this world of corruption and betrayal. The relationship between Marcel and Joey Armstrong is one of the key factors, a relationship that, if exposed, could destroy both of their careers. Joey, with his unclear motives and complicated relationships, has been involved in suspicious cases, and Marcel is the one who dragged him into those dangerous whirlpools. From Doug's death to the underground relationships in the police, suspicions about Marcel and Joey always linger in the air like something inevitable. Doug's death, although it can be seen as an accident, has too many unusual points that make people question. Could it be that Marcel, with his dark relationships, is the one who indirectly or even directly made Doug's death come true? However, Marcel is not someone who can be easily caught in such a big mistake. Despite knowing about the shady dealings and corruption within the police force, he has always maintained a strong, albeit dirty, position. But even he cannot deny the price of living in this world. The scandals he has been involved in, the false testimony and the secret deals have made Marcel's life a series of bad choices. However, in the midst of all this, a bigger event occurs, causing everything to seem out of control. Marcel issues a dire warning, not to his police colleagues or his connections, but to himself and those involved with him. This warning is not just a reminder, but a promise that everything that has been built on such evil will collapse if the right action is not taken now. But the warning is vague, unclear. Who is really responsible? Is Marcel trying to protect someone? Or is he simply protecting himself from an imminent attack? What is this warning about? Is it a preparation for a new attack? Or a warning that those involved need to choose sides before things go too far? These questions remain unanswered, but they all lead to one point. Marcel knows too much, and he is about to pay the price for what he has done. Marcel has carefully built himself a comfortable retirement with money from unofficial deals, dirty money he has accumulated throughout his career. But life is never that simple, and when the past starts to catch up with him, things get messy. Is Marcel's warning a sign of his impending downfall? Or is it just a last-ditch effort to protect himself and what he has been doing in the shadows? When Jacob Hawthorne, a young and passionate detective, approaches Marcel, he sees not only a man who is mentally exhausted, but also a man who is falling into his own trap. Marcel saw in Jacob a part of himself when he was younger, but what Jacob doesn't know is how everything will change when he is confronted with the truths that Marcel is keeping from him. And as Marcel begins to issue suspicious warnings, Jacob finds himself drawn into a mess with no way out. The confrontation between Marcel and Jacob is more than just a confrontation between two generations of police officers. It is a battle between right and wrong, between ideals and reality, between noble choices and rotten decisions. Marcel is trying to protect what he has, but in the meantime, Jacob begins to realize that there is much more that is being hidden, and if he is not careful, he will be drawn into a world he never imagined. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. All the content I make is just speculation and personal sharing. If you find the video interesting and useful, please support me with a like and leave a comment. If you have better ideas or more interesting speculations, please share them in the comments section for everyone to discuss. I appreciate all your contributions and support. Sincerely, thank you.